Welcome to another broadcast of the Lorain County Commissioners' General Meeting. Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Thursday mornings at 9:30 at the Lorain County Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings, and as always, you are invited to attend.
We stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
My dog.
Good morning and welcome to the April 21st meeting of the Lorain County Board of Commissioners.
Mike's not on.
There you go, Commissioner.
Let's go up front. Come on, Bob.
We have a lively treat this morning.
Oh, wonderful.
He's so happy. Okay, Jerry, you get to keep him.
Sit. Sit.
Oh,
Come on, sit down.
Oh,
Look at the camera. There you go.
oh.
This week's Lorain County Kennel is featuring a mixed shepherd. He was found in Wellington. He's about a year and a half, 2 years old. He's a little bit hyper in front of the camera, but he's a very nice dog, and I think he'd be a very nice pet to add to your family. So we're going to give this dog an extended stay for 2 weeks. He's available for adoption, cage number 20. Please stop in and see our new dogs. Thank you very much.
All right.
Commissioners, before you begin, I just want to let you know that Lori's dog was adopted last week rather quickly. I think it's nice that we report that the dogs were adopted, and Hal, our cameraman, felt compelled to take the dog home. So Hal adopted the first dog.
And he named him Buddy.
He named him Buddy. So I want to thank Hal, and hopefully we'll have some continued success with this program. But it's always nice to know that your animal has been retrieved. Thanks.
You didn't name your dog this morning. Do you want to name?
No, whatever family adopts him can name him.
And I challenge you to beat my record.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Wow. Okay. We'll work on that this afternoon.
Make some calls.
You make some calls.
A continuing thought for today is the number 2 reason put forth from leadership of Lorain County as the one of 2 top 10 reasons to love Lorain County is location. Rural, urban, and city settings that are not too big, not too small, and close to everything. Madam Clerk?
At 10 a.m., we'll have a second public hearing on the CHIP application. At 10:15 a.m., public hearing on the 226.13 acres annexation from Carlisle Township to the City of Elyria. Attorney James N. Taylor is the agent. Resolutions, Job and Family Services bills.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
No investments, appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Transfers.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Advances and repayments.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Requisitions.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Travel expenses.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Bills.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Authorize various personnel actions as indicated on the summary.
Commissioners, I'd like to request an executive session for the specific purpose of discussing new hires at the end of our regular business, and I also understand that we have a matter of litigation that we also would like to discuss with the board. Thank you.
Number 10, approve Lorain County Board of Commissioners meeting minutes and waive the reading of the same for January 27th, February 3rd, 10th, 16th, and 16th, 17th, and 24th, and March 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, 2005.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Approve and enter into contract between the Board of Commissioners and Comp Benefits for the county's dental benefit plan, TPA, the county's third-party administrator, effective May 1st, 2005 through December 31st, 2007.
Mr. Cordez?
All I can indicate is that we've been very pleased with Compton. We've been with them a long time. They were aggressively pursued us to renew their business. Quotes were accepted from several other third-party administrative firms, and Compton proved to have the most effective and cost-effective proposal, and we're happy with them. So I would encourage you to renew. We haven't had any problems with them for several years. Good company.
Questions?
No.
Also move.
Second.
Any further discussion? Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Authorize various locations for Lorain County Public Employee Discount Days. One is Cedar Point. Tickets will be $34.25 versus the $44.95 for adults, and $23 versus $24.95 for juniors. Children 2 and under are free. These tickets will be also available for the Hollow weekends. Geauga Lake, tickets will be $20 versus $24.95 per adult and $14.95 for juniors. Children 2 and under are free. Swings and Things, tickets for the Cart Plus passes will be $15 versus $22.99 and $8 versus $12.99 for the Plus passes. And then the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo Rainforest, tickets will be $8 versus $9 for ages 12 years and under, and $3 versus $4 for ages 2 and 3. The employees can purchase tickets in the purchasing department by money order certified check. No cash will be taken, and also family and friends of Lorain County Community Alliance and all county agency board members are welcome to buy tickets.
Okay. Mr. Cordez?
First of all, I want to thank the purchasing department for continuing this program that we started probably about 10 years ago now. So they every year they work on this. We don't have specific dates anymore. We just get discounts.
No, you can go any time of the summer now. Usually just was one day, and it wasn't feasible for some employees, so.
Well, it's quite a discount, so it's a good job. I would also like to have future discussion with the boards to not only having this, but going back to having a Lorain County Day and sponsoring some burgers and pops and doing something a little bit more. We tried to do it a few years ago for various reasons. We were unsuccessful, but I think it's a huge morale booster, and it's a good time for the county to come together and network within the county and have some spirit de corps. So I'd like to work toward doing a few of those things, and I would also like to see us try to do a day at the Jake with the ball game too. I'll try to get some information. I'm going to tap the purchasing department to work with me on that because I have some experience with this, but I think it's time we did some of those things. So this is a great job. Maybe we'll have more to come.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Award contract to Grunwell Cashero Company, Westlake, Ohio, in the amount of $173,500 for Lorain County Courthouse exterior repairs projects to be paid from account 00101-2001-440401 capital improvements. There were 10 bids received on March 29th, this being the lowest and most responsive complying with specifications. Issue a notice to proceed letter effective on or before May 16th and to be completed on or before August 26th. And then authorize county administrator to notify the county auditor to release retainage to the completion of said project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Under Workforce Development Agency, amend Resolution Number 05233 adopted March 17th, approving and entering into contract between Lorain County Workforce Development Agency and the Workforce Institute of Lorain County for the purchase of WIA services in the amount of $2,319,710. This amendment is to reflect an increase in the amount of $677 with the funding source available through WIA due to funds carried over from previous fiscal years just made available by Ohio Department of Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Mr. Cordes, County Administrator?
Has anybody adopted Ted's dog yet?
The gentleman in the back.
Doesn't look like you're going to beat the record.
We're going to work on it this afternoon. We have time.
Commissioners, late last year in December, we were pretty occupied with some goings-on here in the county, and for some reason we missed paying our CCO annual dues, and I got called yesterday on it, and I would like a special resolution to authorize getting this out. CCO is a very valuable organization to us, and I want to get the dues paid as expeditiously as possible. You can see the date that it came in. It was mid-December. We were embroiled in some other issues, and this probably just got lost in the mix. I just don't want to wait, and I would ask that you pass a resolution authorizing paying that bill.
Also move.
Second.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
All right.
A second issue is that I want to expand what the discussion in the executive session will be to also include our ongoing discussion of potential purchase of real estate, just to keep the record balanced out here with our friends in the audience. And also let you know that we're working on an open house out at the dog pound to have come out, a meet and greet day, maybe have some hot dogs, adopt a dog, get a dog type thing. So we're working on that.
But you don't get a dog if you don't adopt a dog.
Well, somebody said get a dog, eat a dog. I don't. No. It was too much Hannibal Lecter in there, so we didn't go with that. But we have some exciting things on tap for the pound. We're really having a lot of fun with the reinvigoration out there. There's been some ideas from the board, T-shirts, leashes. Good. So we're working on that, and I'll let you know more because I'm hopeful that we can get a couple of the commissioners at least to visit on that open house day, and invite the public to come out and enjoy an afternoon with us. We'll have balloons, face painting, and things like that. So there's a lot more to come with what we're going to do with our kennel out there at Hathaway. Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Ennis, Assistant County Prosecutor?
Just the executive session on litigation that I needed to speak with you about.
Thank you, Jerry.
Commissioners report?
Commissioner Lorain?
No report.
Commissioner Ted?
Oh, sure.
He's working on that dog.
Yeah, I'm working on hustling the dog guys first. But I just like to say also, we can get a chance to say, our dog kennel's really, taken a step above and beyond the normal, and Mr. Cordes and Mr. Dave Karpinski have done a heck of a job getting it to where it's at, and we hope to really do some major improvements to our kennel, and I urge everyone, if you're looking for a pet, it's a great place to start.
Thank you, Ted. I have no report this morning.
And there's no clerk's report. Board correspondence?
I move the reading be waived.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
All right.
Public comment?
Anyone in the audience who would wish to address the board, please come to the microphone, state your name and your comments.
Can I add one thing? Since there's no public comment.
Sure, Mr.
I
Cordes.
didn't mean to tax you, Commissioner. We're working on our dog video to have a 30-second to 3-minute spot. I want to let you know that because of Hal's relationship with Dick Goddard, he was able to get Dick Goddard to be in our video for the pound. And those that maybe watch that station for their news will know that he's been very involved with the animals. In fact, bringing the dogs and my suggestion to bring them in, I saw him do that one night, and I thought, why can't we do the same thing here? And that's why we're doing it. So it's going to be a real benefit to us, and I want to thank you, Hal, for doing that. Mr. Goddard did it as a community support at the bequest because of his relationship with Hal, and we were able to benefit from that. And I just want to let you know that's going on, too. Thank you.
And we thank you even more for adopting that dog.
I think Dick Goddard said he had to take the first dog.
Is that what it was? Okay.
A little side bet going. If there's no one who wishes to speak, we will recess for 10 minutes until our 10 a.m. Second public hearing on CHIP. The Board of Commissioners will reconvene for our second public hearing on CHIP. Who is that lovely lady at our microphone?
My name is Phyllis Dunlap, and I work for CT Consultants, and we're preparing the CHIP application for Lorain County.
Welcome.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
This year's application is due on April the 26th, and Lorain County is proposing to apply for private owner rehab funds in the amount of $188,300. We expect to do 6 housing structures with that funding. 2 of the 6 are targeted for Sheffield Township, It's estimated that the average cost of each rehab will be $31,383, somewhere in there. We will also be applying for $78,000 in home repair assistance and expect to do approximately 12 housing repairs. Those are emergency repairs. We can only do 1 to 2 items per application. We expect that the average cost of those will be $6,500. We will be applying for $60,000 in down payment assistance rehab. And we expect to do 2 home buyers at an average cost of $30,000 per applicant. We will also be doing tenant-based rental assistance. That's something that's going to be different in this year's application. We've allotted $50,000 for that, and Lorain County Housing Authority has agreed to administer that funding. We expect to help 11 households. 2 of those households need to be special needs. The other 9 will be countywide. We are also going to be working with Habitat and expect to do 1 house with maximum funding of $25,000. And then we have allotted $2,000 for fair housing and $124,700 for the administration and implementation. And that will include the lead costs associated with the rehabs, and the down payment rehabs are included in that $124,700. These programs will be countywide, excluding the cities of Lorain, Elyria, North Ridgeville, Sheffield, Lake, and Oberlin. Any questions? I kind of went through that fast.
We did. Nice synopsis.
Well, the cities that are going to be excluded is because they have their own
Yes.
programs.
Yes.
Okay. This is all pretty regular things, but number 4 is different with the $50,000 for 11 households for rental assistance. Is that going to be security deposits, first month's rent? What type of things is that going to cover?
It's going to be the state has a formula in which you only pay 30% of your monthly income towards your housing expense, and that money will be used to make up the difference between the 30% of their monthly income and the cost of their rental.
So it's similar to like a Section 8 program?
Yes, very similar.
Okay. Thank you.
I noticed on number 5, Habitat for Humanity is listed. Would you like to expand a little bit on that?
Habitat will be doing 1 project. The CHIP funds can be used for acquisition of property, for construction of certain items which are CHIP eligible, such as the foundation. It has to fall between both rules, both sets of rules, Habitat's as well as the state's rules. Because there are now Ohio Housing Trust funds available, we're going to apply for that funding because it's not considered federal funding, and it gives them a little bit more leeway so that they can purchase or they can get reimbursed for materials and possibly labor for an electrician if need be. And they don't currently have a piece of property, so it may end up being for acquisition.
Is this the first time that we have done this?
Yes.
I think that's excellent, and I assume that no site has been chosen yet.
No, they are still reviewing sites.
I think this is great, and maybe we can even expand on that in the future. I think it's an excellent program. Since this is a public hearing, I assume that we would take comments or questions from the audience as well. Is there anyone in the audience who has a question or a comment on the proposed Comprehensive Housing Improvement Program application for fiscal year 2005? Okay. And the board has no further questions? You would like a motion to approve, I assume? I will so move.
Close the public
Second.
hearing.
I'm sorry?
Make a motion to close public hearing first. Sorry.
Okay, Teresa, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Thank you, Teresa. Now I'll make a motion to approve the application.
Second.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
I gave the application to the clerk?
No, it's Joyce.
To Joyce. It does have signature lines for your signature, if you'd like to.
We'll sign it right now, and then you'll have it.
A lot of signatures to me.
Need to get a rubber stamp, signature stamp.
Am I the only one that has to sign?
Should be.
Just me? Mm-hmm. Nobody else?
We're
The
not
president.
needed, Lori. We're not needed.
Just shoot the here. Where do you need to sign?
Here. Okay. All right. Well, we can't start until 10:15 anyway. It's 10:15. Mr. Kalo, is it 10:15?
Yes, it is.
No.
Sure.
5 more minutes.
Yeah, it's 10:15. No, it isn't yet, no. It's our next meeting.
That's what I'm talking about. Is it 10:15? I think we all have to sign this. You know what? You should not have competing signatures. There's a signature. Printer sign. I think I'm two different people. Not to.
Before you leave, I have a quick question for you. Under the down payment assistance, it says all loans will be made at a 0% interest rate with payback deferred until the owner transfer the interest of property. If they live in the house for a certain period of time, is it forgiven?
No,
No.
no. And Lorain County has 100% payback. So they have a promised period of time that they agree to live in the house. And if they were to sell before that promised time, they would pay. Oh, yeah.
Basically, what happens is if they sell or vacate the property at any time, it may be 20 years from now, 30 or 40 years from now, that's when they would pay the money back. So there's a lien. If they end up getting like $20,000 worth of assistance, that's the amount of the lien that we put on the property.
So it's at time of sale, it gets paid back at 100%?
Yeah, 100%.
Without interest, though?
Yes, without interest. It's only based on whatever the amount of assistance that they actually get from us.
Okay. All right,
And
thank
that's
you.
Kelly Glenn, our Assistant Director
Oh,
speaking.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, Jerry, it's about 3 minutes to 10:15. We can't start early, can we?
No.
Okay.
I don't see,
Just checking.
I don't see Mr. Taylor here anyway.
He was here earlier.
Or they might be out talking.
Want me to check in the hallway?
Okay.
Do we have a public comment? Question?
Shirley.
Well, I thought I'd try to fill this happy, empty moment for you.
Are you
Thank
going
you.
to tap dance?
I forgot to ask about under that CHIPS proposal, et cetera. Item number 7, the Fair Housing Administration 2000. I wonder, do you ever get any reports? I believe it's the Urban League that administers that for you.
Yes.
Do you ever get any reports on how many violations there are, or what happens when they administer this program for you?
Kelly, did you hear the question from Shirley? It's about the fair housing and the contract that we have with Urban League. Would you repeat the question?
My question was, do you ever get any reports that tell how many violations there are, what other kinds of things they take care of as administrators of that program?
Yes, what we do is on a monthly basis, we make the Urban League give us a report of how many violations that have been occurred, and we actually get it countywide. So even though we don't have to get Lorain and Elyria and North Ridgeville, we do. And then at the end of the year, we have in our annual report, we put in our annual report all the complaints that we've received countywide.
Thank you, Kelly.
I still think it'd be interesting to have a report like that here sometime so we'd know exactly what it is without looking up the yearly report.
If you want me to bring that, I can bring that next week. I have for all of the complaints that we received for 2004.
You could bring it with you, and Shirley could look at it, and then if she wants something further, we can do that.
It'll be posted on the internet, on our website.
Mr. Cordez suggests that we post it on the internet as well.
Okay.
Thank you. We're going to let you stand out in the audience more often.
I'm enjoying that. It's a lot less brutal.
How you talk about us. That was a big dog, too. I think it's 10:15. Commissioner Kalo pointed out it's 10:15.
The attorneys are talking right now.
I'm sorry?
He's coming back.
Okay, Jerry's coming back.
You want me to make copies? You gonna keep that for now?
I don't see Mr. Taylor, is he here? Yeah, there he is, okay. Okay, it's 10:15, and at this time, we are scheduled to have a public hearing on a 226.13 acre annexation from Carlisle Township to the city of Elyria. Attorney James N. Taylor, agent for the petitioners. Mr. Taylor, good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. James N. Taylor, attorney for the petitioners, as Betty has said. I'm here today to make a presentation regarding a recommendation that you adopt this annexation. As I've talked to Mr. Innes, we'd like to start the meeting on the agenda, but what we've been doing behind the scenes is Mr. Schrader, who also will speak for a second, who represents the township, and I, along with the city, have been working on the possibility and negotiating a JED and a CEDA type of agreement that would resolve. You're having to make this decision. What we're trying to do is work something out so that it will benefit my clients. They can do what they want to do with the land that they own. The township can obviously get the benefits in a way that they think will be in their best interest, and the city will be able to supply the services and have this piece of land be used, though not in the city if we do a CEDA or a JED, but where they'll be able to supply services such as sewer, water, etc. Okay. So other than that, all I would like to say is, again, we want it granted, but we'd like you to continue this after my short opening. I'd like to reserve the right to continue with an opening that would be quite lengthy with quite a few witnesses. And I know this proceeding would probably take over a day if we went forward between all the people that would have to be presented today based on the new law and annexation. With that, I reserved my right to continue with my opening later after Mr. Schrader talks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taylor. Mr. Al Schrader, attorney for Carlisle Township.
Thank you. May it please the Board of Commissioners, I am Al Schrader. I represent the Carlisle Township Board of Trustees. Likewise, we oppose the annexation, and we'll probably spend about a day telling you why under the new law, and we'd rather not have to go through that dance if we don't have to. We believe there may be a way to resolve the issues between the city and the township in a way that that benefits everybody. That's a win-win-win. And the third win is not just the city and the township, but also the landowner. So we're working on a CEDA, the Community or Cooperative Economic Development Agreement, that might benefit the city, township, and landowner. Tied in with that would be a Joint Economic Development District. Those things take an awful lot of effort and time to negotiate. It is the township's hope that we can resolve annexation issues between Elyria and Carlisle Township forever in a way that results in no more annexations. That's what we're going to spend the time now working on. So we know it's going to take a long time. Realistically, we don't think this is going to be resolved till after November. One of the things that JED may require is an election, and so it's going to take some time. So we would ask that you grant the continuance. I would note that we all three, the attorney for petitioners, Jim Taylor, the law director of Elyria, Mr. Schilling, and myself, signed a document indicating that we all agree to this. Under the new annexation law, while there's nothing that specifically says you can continue it, we believe you have the inherent authority as a Board of Commissioners to do that. I served a short term as a the Summit County equivalent of a commissioner as a county council person. Without saying too much, I also have a lot more respect for what these people do now, because having served in that position, I know there's a lot of things that people blame you for that you have no control over. So,
thank you very much.
That said, we would ask that you allow that continuance. And in addition, under the new law, there are three legal parties to an annexation: the township, the city, and the petitioner. And quite frankly, all three of us have signed a document waiving this. If it is a legal issue, we waived it as being a problem. So we really would respectfully ask that you grant that continuance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schrader. Mr. Innes?
The only other comment I have is you've asked that it be continued indefinitely. We can do that, but the only problem is then when and if it's rescheduled, you get involved in additional publication costs and things. So in the past, when we have done this, we have gone ahead and set a date certain, and then if you need to continue it again, we do. So
Al and I have talked about that, and I've had conversations with Mr. Schilling. I don't believe that'll be any problem. So if we want to set a date, we think we'll know in the next 3 or 4 months, obviously, if we're making progress or not. And if we are, great, we'll ask for that continuance in case there is a need for the election, as Mr. Schrader has pointed out. So setting a date out 90 days or so is not any objection from any of the parties.
okay.
We would have no objection to a definite date either. I mean, what I'm going to suggest to you is realistically, by early or late August, we ought to know whether this thing is going to fly or not. The issue that remains after that is, does it need to be on an election or not? There is a procedure whereby if certain things are done, you don't necessarily have to put it on the ballot. Then a third issue becomes, quite bluntly, what's the best ballot to put it on? It may be not, maybe November is too soon, in the sense that you have trustee elections and city council elections, and who has the time to, and I don't want to sound too political here, but realistically, you know, do people have the time to educate the public as you need to on an issue like this? It may be that politically, and I mean that in the best sense of the word, that it's better to present this on a primary ballot next year so people can learn about the issue and study it. Quite frankly, if it's going to take us 3 or 4 months to negotiate it, it sure as hell is going to take the average citizen a little bit of time to be educated about it. And I say that with all respect to everybody. So whatever amount of time is fine. End of August, early September, early August, whatever you want to do is fine. The only difficulty is you may see both of our smiling faces back here in August or September asking you to continue it again. Thanks.
What I had proposed is, both of the attorneys indicated that this might be quite lengthy, in fact, that it might even require a day or 2 days of testimony. So I had suggested that rather than have it on a regular commission day, we set it on another special hearing date. The clerk, trying to work around things like the fair and other schedules and things, the clerk had come up with like August 1st and 2nd, but that maybe, is August 1st and 2nd too soon?
Fine with us.
Well, it just depends, because if they want to do it for the election, we have to make sure it's before the 25th, so we can, the 15th of
Signatures
That's
and
why I
things,
said, I
to
mean,
give them a
in
chance to
order-
get signatures if they want to put it on the ballot.
I have to have it that week, August 15th or 16th, because the 25th is our next board meeting, which would be the deadline for the Board of Elections. So we can either do 15th or 16th, or 22nd, 23rd.
What is going into September okay with you, or?
And I heard Al talk about different primaries and ballots and the politics. You know, obviously, my clients are inclined to get this as quick as possible, so we'd be looking for that November ballot.
Okay.
So I understand, talking to the city, you know, Al, you know, there's going to be a month or 2 or 3 of serious negotiations, and then we're either going to know we've got something going or we're not. And if we don't, obviously, my clients would ask to, you know, abandon the idea of the Cedar JED working out if it's not making progress, and to move forward with the hearing. So Mr. Elbert, my clients, I think would like the sooner the better, but again...
Okay, well, is August 1st and 2nd too soon?
No, I think that's fine.
I could do it August
Monday,
1st or
Tuesday.
2nd.
Okay.
Okay.
At 9 a.m.
At 9 a.m.?
First or second, which one are we doing?
Well, it would start on the 1st.
Start on the first, at the ability to-
If we need to keep going, we would go on the 2nd.
That'd be fine.
And then if, in the event, you know, you want to continue it again, then
We would know,
Just let us know.
before that date and come into a commissioners meeting probably before. If you need us to be there on the 1st, we'll be there on the 1st, or we can even notify you beforehand as to what progress is being made. We will keep you obviously informed.
Okay.
10:15, then we start earlier on that date, Jerry.
9?
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock?
Yeah, that would, all we would do is that
That would be the only thing on the agenda.
Right.
It's 9:30 is when we usually start. Why don't we
You
stick
want
with
to do
9:30?
9:30.
9:30.
Okay, all right. Any further comments that you wish to make?
Only that for the public's knowledge, there will not be any formal newspaper publication, probably by informal word of mouth and things in the newspaper. You'll see something, but just so everybody knows, there will not be another formal newspaper publication telling you of the meeting and the hearing, which we set for August 1st at 9:30, right here. Well, it will continue from day to day as needed.
Okay, then I'm going to officially make a motion that the Board of Commissioners continue this hearing to August 1st at 9:30 a.m.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Are we, that's all? We're clear then? Okay.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Okay.
Commissioners, just two things. We've been kind of pointing out that we use a lot of alphabet soup here, and just for the audience that tunes in on the cable channel, a JED is a Joint Economic Development District, and a CEDAR is a Community Economic Development Agreement. Sometimes I'll watch it, I get a lot of feedback, we use all this alphabet soup that we all know, but they don't quite know what we're talking about sometimes, so I just wanted to make clarification.
I appreciate that, thank you.
And to piggyback on that, these are both relatively new items that have been approved by the legislature within the last couple years.
Yes, and we've had some successes with the JEDs and CEDARs, and it's nice to know that Mr. Schrader said that both their smiling faces would be back here. So it was encouraging that this kind of cooperative relationship seems to be going on and using these new regulations to foster better relationships.
I want to commend the developer who is sitting in the front row. Thank you, Mr. Albert. And the Carlisle Township Board of Trustees and the City of Elyria, who are apparently all willing to discuss this matter. And there's a large number of Carlisle Township residents here who are interested in this subject. And the commissioners know you're interested because you've been emailing and calling us, and we appreciate your public comments.
And could I also
You're
extend
welcome.
my appreciation to the attorneys for keeping
Yes.
us in
Yes.
notice and trying to work this out too.
Yeah, especially the attorneys who come with their smiling faces. Okay? That concludes the public hearing portion of our meeting, and I will move that we go into executive session for the purposes outlined by the county administrator and our prosecuting attorney previously.
Second.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Kukowski?
Aye.
Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Thursday mornings at 9:30 at the Lorain County Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings, and as always, you are invited to attend.